which actually brings me to the fact that you are married now.
Absolutely.
and I would love for you to talk a little bit about what's married life like.
Oh, dude. I say this all the time, and people think I'm joking. It's exactly the same, but better. Like, having my wife as my wife. Like, I've known my wife for years. Mm-hmm. Like, we dated for 8 years, but I've known her since I was, like, 14, right? There's a intimacy you gain when you get married that is almost like, it's almost like having someone that's always has your back. It's like you're playing the game Double Dragon and you always have a partner. And so there's things about myself that even after dating for 8 years that I learned that I didn't realize I do. Like, the other day, I was like, I was really upset about something, and I was just kind of meandering around the house, just eating whatever I wanted to eat, just like kind of just like mindless eating. And my wife was like, "Is everything okay?" And she's just like, "Will you sit down and just talk?" So I'm like, "I'm gonna eat these saltine crackers. This is what I want to do right now." And then I'm like eating it aggressively, like, and then I'm like, "Okay, maybe I am being bugged by something." And then we have these conversations, and it's awesome. But then like you learn a lot about, like, I don't know how to put this. You learn about like your legacy, and you contextualize what your legacy as a human being is. Mm-hmm. And I know that my legacy doesn't exist without my wife. And I know that I want whatever I do in life to include her in it. And I want to be a part of hers, because she's also like, she's one of the most talented people I know on this planet, if not the most. My wife loves teaching music. That's like what she wanted to do from the first music teacher she had. She knew she wanted to be a music teacher. My wife is talented enough that she could have a musical career easily. And I don't just say that as her husband. I say that as someone that has listened to her sing. Mm-hmm. Again, from since I was 13 years old. I've always thought my wife had a beautiful voice. And she's very talented. She understands music well, and she understands people well. She makes the choice to teach because that's what she wants to give back. Like, when we started dating and we were living in Michigan, when she did her one of the teachers do their student teaching.
Oh yeah.
She student taught in this town, Hudsonville, right? And she loved it. She loved the kids, but she always knew she wanted to be in CPS. And so she kind of like heard through the grapevine, like, to really get an easier way into CPS, you have to be teaching in Illinois previously. Mm-hmm. So she took herself out of her comfort zone, out of Michigan, and went to Champaign-Urbana, Yeah. And then like, literally this town that's landlocked, she doesn't know anyone or anything, and like made a life for herself there for a few years. Built this rapport with students. She has people that she's still friends with there, and she then applied with full confidence to teach in Chicago, and like that was something she was going to do regardless of me or not. And I think that's so dope. I'm like, yeah, of course, obviously,
yeah,
dude, you're such a badass. Hell yeah, fucking right. And all this comes back to me being married, being like, I get to do this on a daily basis. And I get to like hear every day how she works with the system itself of CPS. I don't want to get too much into it because it's a whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
But it's amazing how she's able to find these moments when she's got all of these roadblocks, these opportunities to like, that could be easier on her. But she's like, I'm just going to work with what I have, because the most important thing to me is these kids. It's less so this institution. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yeah, dope.
And wouldn't it be nice if we were able to make those obstacles not obstacles?
Oh, it would be so dope. The hardest thing for me to like, when I hear stories about like some of like the kids and stuff, and you hear about behaviors, right? Mm-hmm. You hear about like, these kids have things that like drive them to, but these kids do like, Kanye level fucked up shit. Yeah. And you're like, on one hand, you're young enough where I want to know what's making you do this. Mm-hmm. On the other hand, you're getting old enough, and one person is not going to be able to like fix this, because you're going to go home and reset in the summertime. Yeah. She has kids that are angels in the 4th grade, go 5th grade. They come back their 6th grade year, all of a sudden their voice gets a little deeper. They're a little bit more embarrassed in front of girls, and now they're acting out in school again.